All right. All right. So let me go ahead, do a couple of checks. Let me see if my YouTube is coming through good. Need to check the audio. Okay, that's not it yet. All right, let's see. Check, check. All right, let's see. Check, check. YouTube sounds good. YouTube sounds good. Let's see how we sounding on Facebook. Let's see how Facebook is sounding. Where is it? Oh, I gotta refresh this. Oh, excuse me. Check, check. Check, check. I think it's good. Check, check. I think it's good. Check, check. How's it doing that? Wait, let me check that again. Make sure I'm not getting like feedback. Hold on. It's like something else is on. Oh, I know what it is. The YouTube is still on. Hold on. Let me mute that and then check it. Now let me check Facebook. Facebook. Check, check, check. All right, why am I not hearing anything? Check, check. I think it's good. Let me wait for that to finish. I need that to clear up before I check it again. I think it's good, but I just want to make sure. I always want to be sure so that my OCD don't kick in. Let me see. It's good, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right, we good. Yeah, there was feedback coming from YouTube. I still had it unmuted. But Albert was good. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Albert says you never know how much you didn't know until you hear all the stuff you didn't know. How true was that? That's a hundo right there. Definitely true. All right, so let me quickly do some distribution. If you're just making your way on, make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you share it. All of that good stuff. On YouTube, when you come on, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Turn on your bell notifications. Like the video, share the video. All of the above. If you're tuning in from Facebook or Instagram, give the video a thumbs up or a heart, whatever option it gives you. And make sure that you follow the page. So on Instagram, follow the page. It's at TeamAlliance 2018. On Facebook, just follow the TeamAlliance page on Facebook. All right. And if you're not in the TeamAlliance public Facebook group, make sure that you join that because that will ensure that you receive notifications no matter what. Regardless of what the notifications will always go out to those in the group. So even if you miss it on one of the platforms for whatever reason, because sometimes they just don't go out. I don't know why. But if you happen to miss the notification on the platform that you like to come in on, you'll see it in the group regardless. And then you'll know that we're live. All right. So be sure to join the Public TeamAlliance Facebook group. All right. And let me just go ahead and do some distribution, and then we'll get started with the podcast. All right. Got a good topic today, man. So we'll start momentarily. And what's that? All right. That's Facebook. Oh, that's crazy. Albert said a dude in another group lost 2,000 on NADEX 5-minute binaries, and he fell out the chair. Hey, it happens. It happens. See, and we'll get into it. Like, this is all good stuff to just talk about when we're live, because, you know, when we're on the topic of the podcast, we kind of go into discussions as to why that happens to people. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it because there's only one reason that happens, but we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. Believe that. All right, so y'all sit tight. Let me finish up distribution, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, y'all sit tight. All right, we good. We are good. I do need to do one last thing with the watch party. I just need to push that out real quick. Need to push it out real quick. And also, someone on Instagram, let me know the audio's coming through clear. And also, well, somebody might have typed it already. Yep, Key did it. Key is on it. Yeah, but let me know if the audio is good on Instagram. Just want to verify that before I start doing anything else. And let me get this watch party going. And they're saying that they're going to actually be removing the watch party altogether on the 16th. So I don't know what they're going to have instead of that, or maybe they ain't going to have nothing. But we'll still figure out a way to get it out on Facebook, no matter what. No matter what, man. All right, so I got one last place to put it, and then we'll be good to go. All right, we good. All right, so I'm looking at the market too. We got one last binary before the market closes until 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock it will reopen, and I'm referring right now to NADEX. It will reopen at 6, and then we'll kind of look at things at that time. But right now, the way that the market looks, it looks really good. It just hasn't presented a trade yet, at least while I've been observing. I have not seen a trade actually manifest today so far. I was watching this morning on the, I did a live stream. So I added a live stream in the mornings called Charts and Coffee. And I'll do that, whenever. Kind of similar to how I do the live observations at night. Whenever I have the time. The mornings I think are a little easier for me because I get coffee every morning, literally. So I can just kind of turn the laptop on and then go live and do an observation in the morning. So that's why I added that, because it's something that fits into what I normally do every morning. Like I get my coffee every morning and chillax. So I can do an observation also, while I'm getting my coffee. So that'll be charts. That'll be coffee and charts. That's the new live stream in the mornings. If I do a live observation, it'll typically be at night, like kind of late. The podcast, of course, is around now every day, between 4 and 5. If I do a live actual training, I'll announce that in the group chat. So there's no shortage at all of training, observation, podcast. It's just nonstop, like all the time. And you need this stuff because the constant flow of the vibration that you need to be exposed to is what we give off by just always being on the vibe. You understand? It's like you got to stay on the vibe so that you stay winning. Period. Come on, wait. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me save it for the podcast. Let's start recording first because I'm already getting into it. All right, so we're going to start recording. Yes, sit tight. We're going to start recording. Let's go. Yes, oh yes. You know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance, the Brooklyn Moses Podcast, Season 2, Episode 26. Powerful topic today. We're going to talk a little shit. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get into it. Roll call. On Instagram, we have... My son is watching. What's up, son? Wise Eyes in the building. Huff 82 or 52. I can't really see that. But Huff is in the building. I see Key, Willis Majors here. Shavonda is here. Ron Carter is here. Audio was good over here. Okay. Excellent. And I also see Torre in the building. All right, excellent. So Instagram is here. Let's see who we have on with us on Facebook. Albert Peterson is over here in the building. I also saw Torre over here as well. Oh yeah, Albert had mentioned there was a guy in another group lost about $2,000 trading the 5-minute binaries on NADEX, and he fell out the chair. I guess when he heard that, he was trying to trade signals, and we're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that actually in a moment, because only one reason that you're losing. What disturbs me is when you hear that type of stuff, and then it scares you when you hear 5-minute binaries. I want to take that away. I don't want the association with 5-minute binaries on NADEX to be, oh, you're going to lose your money. I don't want it to be that, because that's not true. It is not true. Or let me rephrase that. It's not true all the time. For some people, it is true, actually. Some people are going to lose their money, but not because it's 5-minute binaries. They're going to just lose their money, period, because they don't know what they're doing. And there's a difference. So let's be clear that that's what the case is. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and see who we have on YouTube. Oh, I wanted to make sure that I get this website typed in here. And Key did it for me over on Instagram already. But I'm going to do it over here on Facebook and YouTube. The BrooklynMosesPodcast.com, which is the website for the audio version of the podcast. So for those of you that like to actually listen to podcasts, this is a real podcast. It's not just a video. The actual podcast you can listen to from that site, the BrooklynMosesPodcast.com. All right. It's also available wherever podcasts are available. So that would be on Apple iTunes, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, etc. All right. All right. So on YouTube, we have Maui Jeff in the building. Stacy's here. Melanie's here. Sadiq is in the building. Charles is here. I see Vision. Shani is here. Peter Leonardi is here. Nicole Blunt. Torre, BCJ. I think that's Mr. Runt. Are you warped? Is that Mr. Runt? I think that's Mr. Runt. Well, what's happening, Mr. Runt? If that's you. Tavares is here. I see Micah, Key, David Johnson, Chip Dankworth is here. I think I said Melanie already, right? And Shani. All right, man. You know what it is. We in the building, man. We here. You know what it is. So for those of you that caught the live stream this morning, Coffee and Charts, that's the new live stream that I added on because I have coffee in the morning. So, that is Mr. Ron. What's happening? Yeah, so in the mornings, I be having my delicious coffee, I must say, freshly brewed. And while I'm doing that, I'll just come on and do a live observation at the same time. So, it is what it is. But the one that I did today was volume 1, so that was the first one. It was awesome, just like all of them be. It was fire. I ain't gonna front. It was fire. 2 hours, close to 2.5 hours, I think we were on there for. But it was good. So, as I mentioned earlier, there will be a lot of activity going on. You'll be able to catch, like what's happening with what we do. Observation, constant reminding of what it is that we should not be doing. Like, people trade too much and people be doing too much. We're going to talk about it. All right. So, topic for today: why NADEX is superior to other trading platforms. Why NADEX is superior to other trading platforms. Yes, indeed. Yeah, and constantly stirred, right? I see JT also on IG. What's happening, JT? So NADEX is superior because NADEX has binary options. All right, live stream is over. Podcast is done. Thanks for coming. NADEX has 5-minute binary options, man. People don't get it still. The purpose of trading is to be profitable. When you trade and you don't make a profit, it means that you lost money. The majority of people are trading and they're making some money, they're losing more money. So the net is a loss. You're losing more than you're making. You want to flip that around if you want trading to be something that is advantageous for you and trading to be something that can be a business for you. Okay? Trading is a very powerful vehicle. Just like any other, opportunity that exists where you make good on it. Some people like real estate. Real estate is a huge field. There's a lot of different ways to go about being successful in real estate. You can do it from the real estate agent perspective. You can do it from the real estate investment perspective. You can do it from the mortgage banker perspective, the mortgage broker perspective. There's a lot of different ways to go about doing it. What's required, regardless of what way you seek to do it, is a level of skill. That's what you have to have in order to actually make money doing whatever you decide to do. Skill is required. The problem with trading with people is that people don't see trading as something that requires skill in order to do it. People see trading like it's a game. They see it like it's gambling, right? Now, that doesn't make it so. But as far as people go, this is how people are seeing it. And because these people who see it that way are in abundance, meaning that most people see it that way. Oh, it's a gamble. Maybe you'll have good luck with it. Because you see it that way, it keeps you in a box. And inside that box is nothing but red, meaning that there's nothing but losing. Because there's no skill in the box that you're in. None. No skill whatsoever. Now, if you don't understand the instrument that you're trading, then you don't know how to position yourself to be profitable with the instrument that you're trading. So what do I mean by instrument? Stocks. Buying shares in a company, that's an instrument. That's a trading instrument. When you go onto a trading platform, you can buy or sell a stock. You can go long or short on the stock. In other words, if you're buying it, you want the stock to go up and you want to sell it higher. If you're shorting it, you want the stock to go down and you'll buy it back at a lower price. And that's how you profit the difference. Right? So that transaction is what creates the profits. You actually have to be correct about where the market is going in order to benefit and make a profit. So with every instrument, stocks, Forex, futures, crypto, even traditional options, with all of them, the market actually moving somewhere is required. And also with Forex in particular, and with stocks in particular, and even with crypto, you want a certain level to be achieved. Like you're looking for a place in the market for the market to go to in order to achieve a certain level of profits for your trade. This is how people trade. What I'm going through and explaining is the way people go about trading. So for example, let's say that you wanted to trade stocks. If you're trading Apple or you're trading Tesla, when you buy the stock, you're buying it and you're going to have a predefined place to exit the trade. So I'll just use solid numbers. Let's say Tesla's trading at $500. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna place a trade on Tesla. I'm looking for a 5 to 10% gain on my trade. So you may have to leverage your trade, right? If you leverage your trade, you can see a 5 to 10% gain with only a few dollars maybe in movement of the stock. So if the stock goes from 500 to, let's say, $505, that's a $5 move in the stock, which is 1%. And y'all stay with me because I'm going through numbers. A 1% move in the stock would be $5 on that stock. It's a $500 stock, 1% move, $5, right? If you're leveraging, right? You're using leverage. If you're leveraging 10x, that 1% move is actually a 10% gain for you on that stock, on that transaction. So if you trade and you're trading with 10x leverage, that $5 move is really a 10% move for you instead of a 1% move. You're with me? And I'm going through this because I'm showing you how people have to leverage their money in order to achieve whatever profit that they're looking to make, right? Hold on. Jason, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, so anyway, so you are trying to achieve a certain level of profit on your trade. And in order to do that, you have to leverage, because that 1% move is only $5 in the market, right? And if you're wanting to take advantage of the volatility, you got to leverage the actual trade that you place so that you can make more off of that small move. So that 1% move in the stock for you, when you leverage, can be a 10% gain on your trade. And I'm just using that as an example. Like, that's just an example just to kind of show you and frame it for you so that you understand the dynamic of the instrument, and the platform that you're using. So you want to trade stocks, you're going to use Robinhood. You want to trade crypto, you'll use one of the crypto apps, right? You want to trade traditional options, the exotic options, butterflies and spreads and all of that. You can use Thinkorswim, the TD Ameritrade app. And I think on TD Ameritrade, you can kind of trade anything. They got everything over there. They got Forex, they got futures, and they got options. So any instrument that you can think of, they have available for you to trade. But again, you have to understand the instrument, and you have to understand how to put everything together so that you can position yourself to profit. Period. This is what you have to figure out. It requires a lot on your part. You got to figure it out. So I'm helping to simplify everything so that you understand why, when I come back to NADEX, it makes so much sense. Okay? It's going to make a lot of sense. So, for example, when you're trading, and the example I gave you with the stock, you're looking for that 10% gain, so you got to leverage by 10x so that you can take advantage of a 1% move in the market to get your 10% gain when you trade. Okay? Now, if we take a similar example of that and we compare that to the way that you trade binary options on NADEX, because binary options on NADEX is an actual specific niche. It's something very specific that you trade. It's not like anything else. That's why I'm trying to help and educate people on it so that you can see that it's much easier and simpler to apply knowledge in the market to the binaries on NADEX versus trying to predict markets and where they're going on other platforms trading other types of instruments. I'm trying to make a comparison so that you can be informed and make a better educated decision as to where you want to trade. Because people think that like all of these things that you hear about is the be all end all. And a lot of people never even heard of NADEX or know what binary options are on NADEX. Because again, binary options are not the same as binary options on NADEX. They're different. The binary options on NADEX is on the NADEX platform as a separate instrument from the underlying market that the binary is based on. So for example, euro dollar is a Forex market. It's a foreign exchange currency pair. But the euro dollar on NADEX has binary options that you can trade on the euro. So it's using the market information of the euro dollar, but the instrument that you're trading is the binary option on the NADEX platform. Y'all following me, right? So now the binary options make it simple to trade and to profit ultimately, because you don't have to figure out as much stuff. You don't got to figure out, well, how far is the market going to go? Which direction is it going to move in? You see, am I going to get a 30 pip move? Am I going to get a 10 pip move? You don't have to figure out how far it's going. You don't have to figure out which direction it's going to go in. The one thing that you need to do when it comes to binaries is just simply learn how to study the market's movement and how it behaves. That way you'll know whether or not the market will remain in a position where it is already. So for example, instead of you trying to predict if the market's going up or down, when you look at the market right now, where is it? It's like, okay, the market is above this level here. Okay, so this is your strike price level, meaning that this is your option. This is your binary, that line. If the market is already above that, right? It's already in position above the line. So you don't have to figure out, is it going to go above the line? It's already above the line. You see, there's no prediction. So if you see it's already above the line, you see it's already in that position. Now the question becomes, well, by the time the clock expires on the option, will it still be in that position? Meaning, will it still be above that line? It doesn't matter by how much. It can be by more than where it is now. It can be by less than where it is right now. But the question remains, will the market still be positioned above that line? So you see how the binary option as an instrument simplifies the trade so you don't have to predict. If you take away the need to have to predict where the market is going, you now can actually align yourself and become in tune with the behavior of the market to know, is the market going to remain in a position that it's in? Is the market going to respect a certain position that it has created already? Meaning that, okay, the market's been moving to certain spots, but it's respecting the spots. See? That's called behavior. And this is what I get heavily into, because when you learn how to understand the market this way, you elevate in your ability to actually see the market, because you're not trying to predict anything. When you understand behavior, you know. Well, hold on. When you understand behavior, you know. You don't have to guess or predict, or I think it's going to go up. Behavior tells you what it's actually doing. Behavior is not helping you to guess and hopefully be right about what you guess. Does that make sense? So when you put all the pieces together, you'll see that, oh, wow, on NADEX, it's actually much simpler to be profitable because you got the binaries that you can trade. So the platform itself, the NADEX platform, makes it possible for you to trade the binary. And because of that, NADEX is superior to all of the platforms. That's it. Now, of course, people will debate that. No, NADEX is not the best platform and this and that, and they do this and blah, 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 blah. You can debate all day, but we don't have issues. We don't ever have withdrawal issues. Have no problem get our money when we make money. You get a 1099 at the end of the year so you can pay your taxes. So there's no friction with the platform. It's regulated. You see what I'm saying? By government agencies that ensure companies do good business like they're supposed to. Everything is in place with the platform. So when I speak of the platform, I'm talking about it from every perspective that you would want to have in order to feel secure with your, money being traded or your money being on that platform and you actually trading on the platform. It's just like how, you're confident on whatever platform that you're using, E-Trade or TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. Like, you feel confident on these platforms. These platforms are by companies and businesses that have been doing business for years, and there's no issues when you go to get your money. You see what I'm saying? So it's that type of dynamic for one, but there's more to it than that when it comes to NADEX, because just looking at the binaries and that instrument, it takes away the need for you to predict where the market is going. If you just take the time to understand actual market behavior, you'll see you don't have to predict. You don't have to make a prediction as to where the market's going to go. You can simply see where the market is. And when you study movement and behavior, you can actually know whether or not the market will remain because that's all the market would need to do when it comes to binaries. You don't have to be right about where the market goes, because make no mistake about it, many times you'll be right about the market moving up or down, but your timing was off. So you're right, but the market just is not doing it right now when that binary is in play. You see, it might do the move as soon as your binary expires. So when it comes to the binaries, it's not about predicting direction or anything of that nature. It's just simply about understanding the market's behavior and then knowing what to do with the information now as it pertains to the binaries. And this is why NADEX is superior. Period. Period. All right, so I see some dialogue. I see a little dialogue. All right, let me see what's going on over here. All right, before I do that, let me check in on Facebook. Make sure I didn't miss anybody over there. Or Ron, what's going on, sir? Yes, indeed. Markets and mindset. 100%. Albert says, coming to NADEX makes more sense than anything I have done in 28 years of trading. I would have to agree. Albert also says predictions are usually wrong, especially when it comes to the future. Right. That's right. Because in reality, you're really making an educated guess. And not only are you trying to guess if it's going somewhere, you're trying to guess if it's going somewhere now. So it's like it's a double whammy. When you're trying to figure out if the market is going to go somewhere, the question becomes, okay, is it going to hit that level? And you'll say, yeah, definitely it's going to hit that level. Next question is, okay, when? You might see clues in the market that tell you that the market is bullish, meaning that it's going to go up. And the market could be bullish, but on the journey of the movement going up, the market also has corrections. You know what corrections mean, right? It means that the market got to go, it's going to come down after a move up. So the market will make a move up and then it'll come down first and then make the next move up. This is what analysts and market people call corrections. So not only are you trying to predict if the market is going somewhere, you're trying to figure out, is it going there now or will it correct first? See? So now you're like, all right, man, I think it might correct first. So you might wait. You might say, you know what, I'm going to wait for a correction first. And sometimes what you'll do, by waiting for the correction, you'll miss the trade. Because you thought that it would correct first and the market decided not to. It just decided, boom, to go straight. I don't know what happened on YouTube, but it went out for a moment. But it's back now. It's back now. Jay Carly said YouTube couldn't handle the fuckery. Yeah, let me see what's going on now. Yeah, I saw some commentary over here. Let me see what's going on. Let's see. Damn, it's a lot in the chat. I can't even go all the way back. I lost some of the chat. So this Jason Jackson, whoever this is, I see that you're stirring up conversation. Let me see. So I'm gonna just go back as far as I can, just to kind of get an idea. So Jason is saying, I don't care if you're an A+ trader, there are always losers and winners. They can't be all winners. Okay, so Jason, you may not be familiar with binaries, because binaries is very simple. You either win or you lose. That's it. So when you say that there are always losers and winners, that only is correct if you trade the way the majority of people trade, which is with no understanding of the market. If you don't understand the market, yeah, you're definitely going to lose. You are absolutely correct about that. 100%. But you cannot say that it's impossible to not lose, period, because that's not true. With binaries, when you learn how to understand the market, you can avoid losing. And not only can avoid losing, you will avoid losing. And all you have to do is rinse and repeat whatever that process is. That's it. Yep. Do you always win your trades? So that's a question for who? And I'm in the chat, so I'm trying to just follow along what was said. Sadiq said, instead of trying to challenge us, you should want to know how we do it. Just want to win on my trades like all you guys do, just trying to find out. Not challenging, just asking questions. Sadiq said, how about just listening? Yeah, because I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm listening, but I got to ask questions too. I've been on 3 live chats already, so I'm here trying. Yeah, I'm still looking for the questions. I know about trading, not a newbie, just want to know what's up. I'll go into his videos and see what's up. Okay. Just want to know if homeboy is 300%, want to see his good days and bad days. If he posts them, that would be dope. Or we'll look back at his videos for proof. Go, feel free. Good days, bad days. See, okay, and I'm just following along in the chat. Y'all gotta excuse the pauses. I'm just reading. No one wins them all. What the hell is wrong with you guys? Now that's the part right there that you don't have full clarity on. Because when you say no one wins them all, that is not true. And it's not about, well, everyone loses. Everyone does lose when they don't know what they're doing. You're right. I don't disagree with you. But what happens when you elevate to a point where you do know what you're doing and then you just rinse and repeat the process that you know? What happens then? What happens when your results begin to reflect winning? What happens when you don't lose and it's 6 months that goes by, a year goes by, year and a half goes by, and you didn't lose? I mean, like, this is what is happening in the group, not just me. But anyway, and I only, I block if you are disrespectful. But other than that, I don't block nobody. You can ask whatever you want to. I want him to say he never lost one trade out of his mouth. You never heard me say that. See that, like, this is another thing. If if you're around, you should be clear on what you're asking and what you're saying. You never heard me say I never lost a trade. When have you ever heard me say that? When? So that's not even valid. That's not valid. Let me come back. You can never lose. We all lose at some point, and we all that you don't understand yet. You lose at some point. That's a personal opinion. You keep thinking like that, you'll be in chats all your life trying to win them all. Be honest, please. Everybody here is always honest. I'll be in the chats telling you still that I can win all my trades thanks to TA. Now, that's a fact. Commander-in-Chief just lost his stream. That's called losing, but it will be back up. That's called winning. All right, you're being silly now. You're being silly. It's called life. You cannot win them all is what I'm saying. If you alive, you winning. I'm just saying, you still breathing, you winning. You ain't lose yet. Uh-oh. Hold up. See, like we can get deep into all types of conversations, but I'm always going to just use whatever's going on to provide value and to benefit and help somebody. That's why I'm taking the time to even go through the conversation, because I'm trying to see if there was a question that you at some point asked so I can get to some value for somebody else. Still scrolling. Still scrolling. And nah, you're not getting your head ripped off, man. It's all good. Like, it's cool. It's cool. You don't gotta feel like, it's funny how people will come around and then they like y'all be sensitive when y'all get responded to. I don't understand that. Like, if you're saying something, it's okay for you to say something, but then when people say stuff back to you, then you be offended about it. Can't do that. You gotta have tough skin. You gotta have tough skin, man. Hard for me to believe you guys always win. Doesn't sound like a helpful community of people. Instead of helping, you call me a loser. All right. So I went through the whole chat. You know, I gave Jason an opportunity to actually ask a question, but I haven't seen one. I don't see a question. And as far as you getting your head ripped off, I mean, if that's how you feel as far as the response, then just remember that there's a reaction to every action. So you're saying stuff. So it's not like you came in and didn't say anything. You said what you said. And then there was response to what you said. Mind you, I wasn't even involved with any of the responses. I'm just reading. You people are saying that they always win. Who says that? Like, this is what I'm saying. Who are you talking about? All right, yeah, I'm gonna that's it. I'm not even gonna give any more attention. So, Jason, you don't have a question, right? No question? All right. It's all good. But yeah, so as far as anyone that was still in tune with the topic, again, the reason that NADEX is far superior to other trading platforms is because of what the binaries allow you to do. And NADEX has created their own binary option instrument. It's based on an exchange. So let me just go through that briefly so that people understand. Ice Cold, what's going on IG? So what an exchange does is simple. It's like a boxing match. And NADEX is like the promoter of the fight, right? Y'all are fighting in the ring. Y'all go ahead. NADEX is Don King. Hey, this is going to be a good fight. We got a good challenger and we got the champ over here. So Don King is putting the two together. And when they fight, Don King is going to make money no matter what. He going to make money regardless of who wins the fight. So he doesn't need the champ to win and he don't need the challenger to win. He makes money regardless because he's the one that facilitated the fight. That's the equivalent of what the NADEX platform is doing. NADEX is taking people that have an idea about the market on one side and people who have the opposite idea of the same market on the other side. So you got this group versus this group. They're buying, they're selling. They come together on the platform, and every 5 minutes, these binaries recycle and there's a fight. You see, whoever wants to jump in the fight, y'all want to go at it, you can go at it. One of y'all is going to win the fight. One of y'all is going to lose the fight. NADEX will get paid every time that y'all fight. So they created the binary option as the ring. That's where the fight takes place. You see? But what determines who wins the fight is not NADEX, it's not the challenger, and it ain't the champ either. What determines who wins the fight is the market. You see? So now, just hold that thought. If the market determines who wins and who loses, then how can I just win? How can I just win? Every time I fight, I want to win. How can I do that? And this is where the light bulb comes on for so many of you that pay attention to what I'm saying. Learn about the market first. And that's how you can position yourself to win the fight. Every fight. Hold on. Wait. Did y'all catch what I just said? That's how you position yourself to win that fight and to win every fight. Anytime you fight, you want to win the fight, yes? All right. Your job is to learn the market first. If you take the time to learn the market instead of running your mouth, commenting, saying that you're asking questions, but you're really not, asking me how much I'm making, asking me to show you this, to show you that. And if you don't take the time and spend your time doing that, and you actually take the time to learn the market for yourself, right? Which is all I'm telling you to do. Then by you learning the market, you'll stop losing and you'll learn how to start winning. That's how you'll do it. So it doesn't matter whether you are with us or not. See, I'm explaining to you what needs to happen in order for you to win, period. Winning has nothing to do with you joining me. And this is just for people to have more clarity on what's actually happening here. You don't got to become a part of TA and join me and train with me in order to do anything. But there is a bottom line that you are going to have to learn how to understand the market first before you start winning and making any money on NADEX or any other platform. But right now we're talking specifically about NADEX. In order for you to win on this platform, you got to understand the market. Period. I don't care if you train with me or not. If you don't train with me, cool. You still got to understand the market though. So it doesn't matter what I show you, what I tell you, or anything. If you don't understand the market, it don't matter. If you train with me and don't figure it out and don't, plug in the way that you should, you ain't gonna figure it out anyway. Because you still are gonna mess it up. See, this is helping somebody right now. I'm trying to help you to see yourself. Because you think that TA is here to save you. TA not here to save you. TA is here to show you how to save yourself. Hold up. Hold up, man. TA is here to show you how to save yourself. So the question is, do you want to save yourself? Or do you want to do something else? So you got to make a decision. That's your decision to make. People join TA and leave TA all the time. All the time. The question after a while really starts to become like, man, what is it that I'm looking for? What do I want? You got to figure out what you want. TA is the blueprint to get there. But if you don't plug into it, it's not going to serve you any purpose. Nothing will. Just like I said a moment ago, TA can't save you. But TA will show you how to save yourself, but you have to plug in. It's just like how people will be hard-headed and they'll get upset with me for speaking the truth all the time. I'm telling you the real. Whether you train with me or not, whether you gonna, trade or not, if you decide to trade, guess what? You got to figure out the market, bro. You got to take the time to study. You got to take the time to observe for yourself. This is what we do. This is why we win. So you still trying to figure out, well, nah, I don't understand how they winning though, because nobody wins all the time. I'm explaining to you why. It's easy to win a trade on NADEX with a binary. Just be right about where the market ends and you won. That's simple. Now, can you do that consistently over and over again? Not if you're not in tune with the market, you can't. Because you're not going to understand why a trade won or lost if you don't understand the market. You see where I'm going? So you have to take the time no matter what and apply the principles that we teach. Apply the principles that we use. First one being mindset. If your mindset is not right, you ain't going to do what I tell you to do anyway. You still ain't going to do it. So regardless, you got to hold yourself accountable for your inaction as well as your actions. And it is what it is. So that's right there, the value that I wanted to provide, which we always are going to find, no matter what. So it is what it is. You have to learn how to understand the market first. You have to learn market behavior, movement, what it means. And then as you become more acclimated with it, then you can apply that information to the binaries that you trade so that you can win the binaries. And that's it. That is it. All right, so Jason is back. Want to get down when your people say they win them all? I got to ask you, do you win them all? Been doing TA for 5 years and I trade full time every day. Just want to know if you win them all like your people say that they do. Can you tell me if you win them all like your people say they do? All right, you sounding real spammy right now, man. Sounding spammy, man. Yeah, I'm going to see now. When I see this type of thing that goes on, first of all, I'll be far too nice sometimes, because it's like when someone comes on and they're trying to grab the attention from me, it's like you're seeking out more attention than me giving value. And I'm not going to allow that to happen regardless, because the people that want the value are only listening to me anyway. They don't even care about what you're talking about. And again, you still don't even have a question. That's not even a question. That's not a question. What you're doing is you're trying to just create your own narrative. Like, why do you keep saying that? I just want to know if you win them all. Why are you asking me that? Here's your answer. No. Nope. There you go. Good? All right. So let's see if he stops asking that. I said no. My answer was no. All right, cool. Yeah, I be way too nice. But it's all good. See, the reason I do that is because I always want to make it visible what I'm always showing everybody, which is not you focusing so much on me and what I'm doing, but it's about you. It's just like with me with the videos. And this is another thing too that I don't understand all the time. When you come around and you say this or that, I'm like, well, did you watch any of the videos with their trades? Because there's a whole lot of them. And the reason that there's so many videos is because I document my trading. That's the exact same thing that I teach everybody in the group to do. Hold yourself accountable, hold members in the group accountable. So when we move collectively as a group, there's always a constant growth. Excuse me. There's always evolution and growth that's going on no matter what. Like, that's important to me. It doesn't mean anything if it's just me who is successful. It doesn't mean anything if it's just me able to do it. Not when I'm teaching you to do it. The whole purpose of me teaching you to do it is so that you can duplicate what I do. But you can't duplicate what I do if you don't duplicate what I do. So regardless of what, you might try to like sidetrack, I guess, the thought or whatever, or like create a different narrative. Like, it's just like how some people will come around and be like, well, you claim that you win all the time. When have I ever said that I win all the time? When have I said that? See, so you can't come around and say certain things if that's not what I said. You never heard me say, yeah, I win all the time. Throughout my trading career, have I lost trades? Of course. The difference between me and you, though, is that I learned why I was losing, and then I stopped doing the things that led to me losing. You see? So now the results change when what you do changes. If you continue to do the same thing, you're going to get the same results. So the first thing that I worked on was the mindset. First thing. Because I realized, the reason I'm losing ain't even because of the market or nothing. It's because of me. I'm out of alignment. I need to get in alignment first. Then when I'm in alignment, now I can see the market and start winning. See, so it shifts. So now, because I'm able to do that, that's the same blueprint that we use in TA. It's not different. And I already know what makes people upset. People get upset because when they watch my videos, they see consistent winning. When they watch a challenge or a project, they see an account grow from $100 to thousands of dollars. Trade after trade. You're seeing the trades. So not only it's not just like I'm saying, I took 100 to 1,000. I took 100 to 2,000. I'm not just saying it. You actually have a full documentation of me doing it. And that's why I'm like, well, did you watch any of the videos before you had any questions about anything? Because it's like, if you watch the videos, then the questions that you would be asking were answered already. Hey, oh, Mark, well, how much, what do you start with? We all start with $100. Every project the Challenger ever did started with $100. One contract. Documented. So not only are you seeing the account grow, you're seeing the trade I'm in. You're seeing when I took the trade. You're seeing the result. Full documentation. And that's the same way that I train you to be. So when you come into training, you understand that that's what it is that you're learning how to do also. You see what I'm saying? It's not just about, oh, well, Mark claims that he wins all of his trades, because you never heard me say that. You never hear me say that. And there's a reason that I don't say it. I don't have to. You don't have to say what you do. So I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. So hopefully that'll be valuable to people. Yep, definitely. Yeah, but see, Jason, you got to stop saying that. Yeah, people saying that they don't lose. Who said that they don't lose? I didn't see anybody say that they don't lose. I've seen people say that they haven't lost in a year. There's plenty of people who ain't lost in a year. But who said I don't lose? Who said that? Nobody said that. Nobody said that, man. I already went through the chat, so I'm not gonna do that again. But in any case, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I welcome. Yeah. See, this is what I mean. Like you're making it sound like, that's a shock. Yeah, there's people that haven't lost in a year. Yes. Yes. Wow. And my thing is, why would that come as a surprise if a person develops the necessary patience and discipline to execute a winning process over and over again? Why would that be a surprise or a shock? It shouldn't be a shock. It just shouldn't be. So you got to understand, in addition to you learning what to do, you learn what not to do. We don't overtrade. How often do I trade? I don't trade often. Am I trading every day? Nope. Nope. Matter of fact, let me see something. I just want to go back. I want to see the last trade that I took. See what day it was. Let me see what day it was. So today's April 12th. My last trade was on April 6th. My last trade was on April 6th at 11:35 a.m. How long ago was that? Today's April 12th. That was 6 days ago. That was a week ago. Mark, you didn't trade in 6 days? Nope. And this is what I mean. So it's like, well, why didn't you trade in 6 days? Because I'm disciplined. Because I follow the process that we use. Because I'm conditioned not to be in a trade unless the market gives it to me. Other people in the group are duplicating what I'm doing. So if I didn't have a trade in 6 days and there are others in the group that are elevating and training and doing what we do every day, what's the likelihood of them kind of being in the same ballpark? Probably didn't trade in a week. Now, mind you, there are various markets. Some people are in different markets. I'm in the euro dollar. I only watch and trade the euro. I don't even trade other pairs. There are 5 other pairs. Matter of fact, it might be 6. There's a bunch of other pairs that you can trade. Some of them are in different markets. And again, I'm doing this. I'm not even doing this in response to this guy. I'm doing this to provide value to people that are listening. There are different people in the group in different markets. Everybody is not in the same market that I'm in. Some people are in the Aussie dollar. Some people are in the euro yen. Some people are in the USD CAD. Some people are in the USD yen. Some people are in the pound dollar. But they're applying the same process. You see? So when you see what is going on as far as the individuals in the group, they are going to have different things going on. Some of them are in different markets. But then you'll have moments where there'll be synergy because you have multiple people in the group observing the same market. And because we're watching the same market, we seeing the same thing. At the same time. So we end up being in a trade at the same time. How does that happen? How do we avoid being in all of these trades? Mind you, 5-minute binaries, how many 5-minute periods are there in a day? I think it's like 270 something, 276 or something like that. So you got 12 5-minute periods in an hour. And there's 23 hours in a trading day on NADEX. So whatever that is, 23 times 12. I think it's 276. If it's 276, I'm real nice. My mental calculator is crazy. Let me see. Is it 276, 23 times 12? Ooh, whoa. 276. My mental calculator is crazy. So 276 trades a day. 276 opportunities to trade in a day. Out of all of those opportunities, we end up being in the same trade at the same time. How's that possible? How? Tell me that. How? I didn't give them the signal. I didn't say, all right, we're going to take this trade at this time. I don't give signals. How did we end up in the same trade? It's called skill. What are we talking about? So this is why when y'all come around with the nonsense, it's like, come on, stop. Just stop it already. Stop, man. Just stop it. If you know, and this is to whoever. If you're not around to either receive from this knowledge or offer some value in addition to this knowledge, then what are you here for? I don't understand. Like, why are you even around us? What are you here for? Just like I was talking earlier, you got to do some soul search and figure out what's going on with you. We good over here, disruptive or whatever the case may be. It doesn't work. We 100% solid over here. It's all good. Walker said, if you're applying the same process every time, that includes avoiding losses. You avoid loss every time that you properly apply that process. Come on now. Come on now. Is that true? Oh, yes. Why would it not be true? Oran said a year not falling down one. Yeah, I didn't even know YouTube was freezing up again. That's whack. Yeah, YouTube acting funny today, but it should be back now. It should be back up. All right. Yeah, I noticed that he said that too. Jelani said, you claim to have been around TA for 5 years. If that's the case, which is not, then you should know what to ask. So, like I said, you're asking the wrong questions. And see, like everyone is actually still trying to help this guy, you know, but some people just don't want to be helped, I guess. They just want to keep going. Just want to keep going. But it's all good, man. It's all good. And it's always love here. It's always good energy here, you know, for folks that want to learn and elevate. Like, this is the place to come to. Like, that's a fact. Yep, this is the place to come. You want elevation. You know, you want clear understanding of the differences between all of this stuff in the trading world. I mean, there's a lot of information here that gives you clarity, you know, and definitely if you want to learn how to win your trades when you're on NADEX, you better come here. Just stick around. You tired of losing? Stick around. That's a fact. Yep. That is a fact. Come on now. Vision said, I made a lot of money with NADEX before TeamAlliance, had a string of victories, no losses, until I started to lose and realized I didn't know my shit. See, that happens too. Sometimes you'll have a long winning streak. Sometimes you'll have a long winning streak. And again, regardless of if you're winning or losing, if you don't understand why you're winning or losing, you are not where you need to be yet. You need to understand why you're losing, why you lost the trade, why you're winning, why you won a trade, and not from the perspective of the trade. You need to understand the why from the perspective of the market. Like this right here, this is a whole nother podcast. I'm going to save this for tomorrow, as a matter of fact. You need to understand the why from the market's perspective, not your entry perspective. See, when you trade, it's just an entry into a trade. It's an entry into a trade at a time. But it's not about the trade. It's not about the entry. It's about the time. Why are you in that trade now? That's the question. You understand? Not why did you take that trade? Because why did you take that trade is a trade question. Why did you take that trade now is a market question. If you ever find yourself asking trade questions, you need to elevate. That means you still have elevation to do because you're asking the wrong questions. You don't need to be asking trading questions. You need to be asking market questions. 100%. What's funny is I think that YouTube acted up just to get him off of the stream. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I really think that YouTube started acting stupid just now just to kick him off of here. That's crazy. The vibe is hard, man. Wow. The vibe is hard. The vibe was like, I had enough of him. I had enough of him. Vibe was like, Mark, you didn't do it? You didn't block him, Mark? All right, here we go. Crashed the whole stream. Wow. Or am I bugging? Am I like making that up, or is that not what happened? That's what happened. Wow, that's crazy. See? Come on now. The vibe is crazy here. Yo, the vibe was like, nah, Mark is too nice. I'm gonna get him up out of here. He gone. Yep. Yeah, man. But yeah, so definitely, you know, a lot of value going on here. The Coffee and Charts live stream from earlier today, if y'all didn't check that out, make sure that y'all watch that too. That was really good. 2.5 hours. Yeah. YouTube know when nonsense tries to jump at TA. That's a fact. All right, y'all. So listen, we're going to wrap it up. You'll make sure that you'll tune in. So whatever's going on at the time, whether it's a live market observation at night, whether it's Coffee and Charts in the morning or the podcast, you'll make sure that you'll tune in. You can go to the BrooklynMosesPodcast.com to check the audio version of this that you just watched. That should be uploaded at some point later today. And that's about it. If you ain't training yet, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're tired of losing, you'll start training. You'll do it. You'll do it. You're going to get tired of losing, man. And the worst thing about losing is not knowing why. That's the part really that's aggravating. Like when you don't understand why you lost. Oh man, the market did something crazy in the last 15 seconds, man. I was winning. No, you wasn't winning. You wasn't winning if you took that trade at the wrong time, man. You lost before you took the trade. Just saying. Yeah, so definitely, man, you know, plug in, stay connected, and just continue to elevate. TA will definitely get to where you're trying to get to, for real. That's a fact. NADEX is a powerful platform. In my opinion, it's the best platform that you can trade on. And binary options are the easiest way to do it. So ain't nothing else. What we doing is iller than Bitcoin. And we buy Bitcoin. Go to buy Bitcoin every week. Check out my podcast, Talking About Bitcoin. All right, y'all. So I'm out. Y'all know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. I'll see y'all on the next podcast. All right. So what is on here? Gotta mute this. There we go. All right, y'all. Deuces.
Hey, I'm on top. Really, I'm on top. On top. Really, we on top. Wake up every morning with drive. Been on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt and the rubble. I had to be the needle that was popping your bubble, letting the air out, walking with a clear route. How we gon' rise today? I'm making mine today. Go make yours. Double back and flip the proceeds. Last year on the corner sipping OE. Had to get off the block. Best friend smoking rock. Best man called the cops. Rose from the city that never sleeps. It's the melting pot. I came through with purpose. I never question if it's worth it. Homie, I'm on top. Really, we on top. I'm on top. See me, I'm on top. We on top. Whole crew on top. I can't stop. I'm on top. See me, I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top. Whole crew on top. Really, I'm on top. I never stop. belly of the